Well, the break is not working for Shane Van Boening at all. See if Timmy can do a better job this time than he did with the opening rack, where with ball in hand he just missed a straight ball. Congested down the left-hand side.
Played a nice combo there, Timmy Bly. It doesn't have to move everything about here, but he has to get perfect position if he's not going to. So
I don't think he needs to. I mean, if you land on the 5 to the corner, you should be able to get out pretty comfy here.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to leave himself.
He's just not
cut.
Yeah, it just needs to be as straight as he can get on it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's played to get here. Surely, I mean, there's nothing on. You think?
Yeah, I don't think he can play off the 5 with the 4 either.
No.
I think he goes too far forward. He's looking at it, but
why not?
Pushes.
Yeah,
on.
but why not come? This, to me, it looks like this is where he's played to get. But why not come 2 rails and get on the 5?
Yeah, he was always going to push forward that one.
He had to hit that firm to really kind of widen that.
Yeah. Yeah, he made the wrong choice. That's for sure. Shane playing the combo immediately. And this will be 2-1, you'd think now, to Shane Van Boening. Nothing in his way. And if you're Timmy, you've got to be kicking yourself because, like you just said, Simon, his first 2 breaks this morning, one's been on the cue ball on the floor, and that last one wasn't great. If you're actually getting to the table on Shane Van Boening's break,
Yeah.
you know, that's something that's, well...
And not taking advantage of it,
No,
that's the real
exactly.
problem. Nicely done. Good counter from Shane. Always expected that.
That's a nice break from Timmy.
Yeah, come out pretty nicely as well. Can go either set here. What are you thinking, Tony? Solids? You like the...
I think the starting balls are hardest for solids.
Yeah.
I don't think he can get through to the 6. If you could see all of the 6, I think I would definitely take solids, but might well be the stripes.
I think it's just 2 awkward ones at the bottom on the stripes, and you're moving balls at the top. But I think both can work.
It's just a starting ball for solids. That's the main problem.
It's not ideal. It's also not a disaster. trying to get high on the 9, but going to be moving the cue ball a little bit off this shot to land with the angle he wants. Yeah, gone too far. Now that 9 ball becomes a problem.
He's going to want to move. Has to play the 13 now. But that 14 is now a real problem because he's basically run out of balls to use to move it.
2 bad balls left on the table and only 3 left. Yeah. 4 first visit chances for Timmy Bly, 1 taken.
Yeah, because at some point you know that SVB is going to break and run a couple. Oh, another familiar story with that rack as the others.
We'll keep you posted as Shane looks like he is going to keep the cue ball on the table for the first time in the match.
Like I said before, the early exchanges where Timmy's had so many opportunities, but you just know that Shane Van Boening's, being one of the best players in the world, is going to break and run racks at some point. And he might do that just now. I think these are gone. Not got all the pocket here with a 15, but you can just run it into the rail before the bag and it will slide in, which it has done. And this simple 8 And it is a break and run for Shane Van Boening, and that is now 4 racks to 1.
And you can see all the scores from every section and the up-and-coming matches. And as Timmy breaks dry, things get worse for the man from Moline.
Yeah, that's Timmy's first dry break as well. So Shane's just broken run. Timmy's gone dry. And in the blink of an eye, Timmy could find himself in a whole world of hurt.
Slightly awkward here, not in his normal perfect position. In trouble. Hope for Timmy Bly here.
And that's what he was looking at for all that time, was it was getting from 3 to 2 and then 2 to 8.
Yeah, I think he went pretty much second shot. He kind of got himself out of line and then struggled to get back in. And not for the first time in the match, jumps the cue ball off the table. Did that in the opening rack off the break.
Well, let's hope Timmy Bly doesn't do what he did when he had ball in hand last time. Shane jumped the cue ball off the table because he missed his first shot.
The good news is there's a lot less traffic out there.
Yeah.
And this is one that Timmy really should run.
Well, Timmy Bly going to drag a frame back. Just this 9 ball and a straightforward 8 ball into the top corner. Left for Timmy. And in goes the 8. Still Shane Van Boening leads 4 racks to 2.
Well, another issue on the break.
Yeah, when Shane Van Boning's come into the rack billiard club this morning, he seems to have left his break back at his hotel. So can't really believe how many opportunities Timmy Bly's had this morning.
I know, and to only have taken 2 of them. But he's still in the match. This is the thing. I mean, this is Shane's break. Run these out, have the next break. You're on the break then. And, you know, that's what, you know, if Timmy looks at it that way, spins the positive, you know, okay, I've not played great here, but I'm still very deep in this match.
Exactly. You look at it. Shane Van Boning's only broken run once this morning. And if you look at his average all the way through.
I mean, agreed. Timmy's in trouble again, though. Oh no, and just pops it open. Okay, there's work here for Shane, but
he can go right after that 15 as well straight away. He can either play the 14 and draw back into him, or he could even play the combination shot and the second stripe comes back off the rail and into that little cluster. Bit of a loose one. He's just made the 2 balls at the bottom worse, and the 15 is still plonked firmly behind the 1 and the 4 ball. Oh, just into a little safety exchange. Haven't seen much of this during the weekend. Well, I think Shane might just develop this 12 ball now, because he can do this without leaving very much for Timmy Bly.
such a key rack, isn't it?
Not a bad shot there from Timmy. Could have been worse if he clipped the one ball there. He could have knocked both of Shane's stripes out into the open, but he didn't. So the 15 is still there, but he's going to attack it now.
It's not made things better.
think we're going to see another safety shot here. Try and glue Timmy behind the 10. He has done.
Oh no, that's harsh.
Yeah, it's very unlucky there, Timmy Bly. Hit the 2 solids, but the spin taking the cue ball into the corner pocket.
Interested to see how Shane's going to play the breakout here. Needs pace.
He's going to play into the corner, but he's got to send the cue ball into the rail, come back, and smash that 12 out into the open.
Yeah, didn't come out.
No, hit it very thick. Hello.
Oof.
Wow.
Wowee.
I thought that was gone.
I did, instantly.
I'd have lost a few bucks on that one. As soon as that had contacted the 8, I'd have had money on that. That was going in. Tell you what, if it wasn't for the glance on the 2 ball there, that would have gone. Just took the 4 ball offline a bit.
Clever loss of turn.
Yeah, good shot there from Shane van Boening. Plays his 12 ball, deliberately knocks in Timmy Bly's 1, which keeps him firmly at the bottom of the table, and also in the same process sending Timmy's solids away from pockets. The only good thing for Timmy Bly is Shane doesn't have a stripe at the bottom of the table that was easy.
Well, there's definitely a combo on, but is there a gap to the 9?
Well, he can hit the 6, Timmy, now, but can he make it?
Just think if you clip it back to bottom left, your cue ball's going to come around 3 rails. You might have a shot to top right. No, it just plays the safety version of it, which is probably a better option. Because if he plays the potting angle, the cue ball's flying around an awful lot more.
Yeah, he's also put the 6 ball up there in the equation as well.
Just overcut that one. It rattled in, but it means the cue ball's travelled a few rolls further than planned.
Will the 10 go off the 8? If it does, Shane has a real chance here. Played that really well indeed. Got the 8 out perfectly into the centre of the table, freed the 13, 9 balls easy, and this is going to be 5-2.
Oh, he's overcut it. Didn't quite have the gap. And he's overdone it.
Yeah, when Shane played the 13 ball, if you watch that shot closely, it's a went to stop, but it did move. Some momentum pushed it forward a couple of inches, and that's what landed him in that precarious situation. And Timmy Bly probably can't believe it.
Big error. Big error. All of a sudden, we're staring 4-3.
And just had that little bell which signals 15 seconds a shot now as well. As Timmy wisely calls his extension now, just to set himself on these last two solids.
Just about okay. For a second I thought he was going to be a little close to his work. He is a little close to his work, but oh, it's not going to be the easiest of 8 balls here. He's not played the best 3 shots. You almost sense he knows how big this visit to the table is.
Huge shot here for Timmy Bly. Oh, it's great.
Best shot he's hit in the match.
Absolutely. Well, the way he took those last 2 solids, I'd have probably backed against him to get the 8.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. It just felt an edgy visit to the table, but personally, I think Shane's the one under pressure here, even though he's in front.
The 5 coming to rescue the situation there for Timmy Bly.
Tricky. When the 8 ball goes over a pocket, things get tricky.
I think you just have to take the stripes and be done with it.
Yeah, but
you've got to. You can't just let Shane come to the table. I don't like any safeties on there.
Well, I was just trying to see if there was a solid anywhere. I'd rather be solids than...
There just wasn't a shot. You couldn't even bank the 1.
Well, no, I wasn't sure if the 2 went down the table. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but no. My co-commentator here, Mr. Holgate, assures me that it didn't, with a big shake of the head.
He's come a bit far there.
Yeah, one major problem to solve here.
He just wanted to land on the 12 ball there, and he's come a little far, and he's going to have to play the combination now, 10 on the 12. Which he does. Yeah, all the eggs are going to be in one basket here for that 14 ball. Yeah, we think it's a shame the 3 ball is where it is, because if he could have got behind it and took it down into the bottom.
This time he has the angle.
I don't like kicking it out. I think you could kick this out and end up with no shot. Well, at least he's got the 7 out of the way, so he can't hook himself behind that when he tries to get on this 14.
Guess he thinks he can make this rail first, using the 8.
Yeah, well, if he can make the 14 rail into the 8, the 8's going to go towards the other corner pocket.
No, I'd just gone for the bank and got the second kiss. Didn't need that, and big. That was such a big visit, wasn't it? That was always the problem ball, and just could not solve the problem. He needed to make that. It was early on in the visit where he didn't get the angle to play the breakout. He had to get that angle to play the breakout early to give him more ammunition to get better shape on that ball. This is to go 2 clear. It felt like it was going to be 4-4 with 6 to play. And anything could happen, but this will put Shane back in a little bit of a comfort zone. Has the break in the next, although the break has certainly not been working for him in this match. gets a break right, can control his destiny here for the final 5 minutes. I suspect, even though Shane's played an awful lot this weekend out there on the feature table with the match clock and understands the situation, most of his matches have finished so early that he hasn't had to do too much clock management. So I suspect he'll probably just be focusing on the run out here and not give it too much thought. But in this situation, that's exactly what you want to do. You're going to use the 15 seconds a shot naturally anyway. Well, that's no good. He's okay. He can just still get to the side of the cue ball. One more roll would have been interesting.
He's just not quite been at it this morning, Shane Van Boening. But he's going to weather the storm. That's a great
what a shot that is.
As soon as I said he wasn't quite at it, he pulls out that shot.
That was special. Well, it looked like he was going to really struggle to get out. And he ends up with a simple 8 ball.
Great finish there from Shane Van Boening.
Hasn't needed too much in terms of big shot making throughout this weekend because he's played so well. But this time he really did, and this was special. Look at the cue ball. Cue ball hitting the gap as well as making the bank.
It also requires Shane Van Boening to go dry or scratch from his break as well.
The way the break's gone, that isn't necessarily too far-fetched because his break's been a bit of a problem for him in the match, certainly early on. Well, Timmy does have the opportunity straight away.
All the solids, all very close by as well.
Sort of doable. A little bit of
6 in the 8, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit of movement required. I mean, the 8 isn't so much of a problem if you could play to just open it up a fraction now. Which he's done. Possibly overhit it if we're being ultra critical.
I'd play the 1. Play the 1 and cut it down. You can get on the 6. I don't think he's playing fast enough, really, considering what time we have left, and he needs all these racks. That's a great shot, though, from Timmy. He'll take that. Maybe a little unlucky that he didn't kiss that full in the face and have it straight into the other corner, but he has a shot. But that clock is moving ever closer to the end of the match. We know back at home with our professionals, they'd be running now around the table.
Yeah, I mean, we've used up, what, minute? Nearly 2 minutes. So even if he'd got out, he would have only left a minute. And remember, he's got to run 2 more racks. You have to run and risk completely messing up to give yourself a chance. But that should be, you'd expect, Timmy Bly's last shot in the Iowa Open. Yeah, Shane is clock management as well. He is just keeping an eye on it. Big clock right behind our camera. That's what he's looking up at.
I don't think he needs to worry.
No, just run these out. But doing the right things.
Shows he is aware of it, though.
knows job's done. Final 15 seconds coming up here. And there's no bonus for getting to 7. The clock running down will do the job. Not Shane Van Boening's finest performance, certainly on the break, but showed plenty to get the job done against Timmy Bly, who will rue the missed opportunities at the start of the match. Could legitimately have been 4-0 up the chances he had, and he was 3-1 down. But that big shot from Shane Van Boening sealed the deal.